We're here in Granary Square, which as you can see has been redeveloped. I think developed with a high level of design literacy. Behind us a beautiful renovation of Central St Martin's, done in a very contemporary way, so it's got a very nice mix. It's a great place to be. Nurturing creativity is very important to us at Land Rover. As a brand, we produce vehicles that are incredibly capable. They're known for their all-terrain capability, but also they're incredibly desirable, and desirability is something that's become more and more important to us as a brand, and that's why our vehicles are so popular now, because we've managed to combine that sort of duality of capability with absolute desirability, which comes from design. And this is about thinking about the next generation of designers, not just the designers of the cars, but the designers that get involved in the communications, in the advertising, in the look and feel of the whole brand. So it's something that's really important to us, and Central St Martin's has produced some great designers and artists over the years. We're going to be transforming Granary Square. What we're going to do is demonstrate Land Rover's capability, this duality. Remember, this is a vehicle that is very capable in the winter and incredibly enjoyable as it is in the summer. So we're going to film it going from a cold winter's night into a breathtaking summer's day. That's what this is about. It's a creative way of presenting a very creative vehicle. Evoque Convertible comes from the Evoque, and it's been designed in a way that doesn't erode the image of the original Evoque. Remember, this is a vehicle that's been incredibly successful for us, a vehicle that truly resonates on an emotional level, and the Evoque Convertible just adds to that. Now, it's a convertible, but it's not any old convertible. As you'd expect from Land Rover, you'd expect a convertible that does something different and is capable and sits wherever it will be. This is a vehicle that you'll see in every major city. One of the important things was not to erode the image of the Evoque. It's an incredibly dramatic car. It's very distinctive, falling roof, rising belt line, wheel at each corner. It's got a great stance, and as I said, it's a vehicle that truly resonates with people on an emotional level. That desirability coming from its design. So what we've done is we've maintained that design. We haven't changed the fundamental design. We've changed the areas that we've had to change to create a convertible. What Evoque did for Land Rover, remember, is it brought a whole new group of customers. I mean, 80% of the people that bought Evoque had never bought a Land Rover of any description before. 70% had never even bought an SUV. And remember, we've sold over 450,000 vehicles. So it will bring more people up to the brand. Certainly, I think a younger age profile, people that like the idea of wind in their hair. They want to be open to the senses. They want something that's glamorous, that's well designed. When we launched the Evoque originally, we created these these wireframes, which were really about, when you create a concept vehicle, all you've got is one vehicle. How do you then replicate that and create the real vehicle? The first thing you do is you actually create what's called a wireframe on the computer, and then you build all the design, the surfaces around it. So that was the idea of taking Evoque back to its absolute essence as a wireframe. We created these wireframe models. They went all over the world in different colours, and it was a celebration of the Evoque, the original Evoque launch. So Land Rover is partnering with the Bourne Summit of Creativity, something we felt was actually a very good fit for us. It's something that sponsors and nurtures and supports creativity in all its manifestations, and I think that is really important for us. It's something that we want to be involved in. Creativity is our lifeblood, and it's going to become more and more important as we grow this brand and make it all even more desirable. I've been in the design business for a long time, and it's given me an incredible amount of pleasure. I think the world would be a very sad place without art, without design, and without creativity. So for us, it is very important to support that. We talk about iconic status. I think it's a word that's used too liberally. However, we do have vehicles that have that iconic status. Range Rover, for one, 45 years of Range Rover. As it's evolved, it's gained that sort of iconic status because there's nothing else like it. The Evoque is another one. I wouldn't necessarily call it an icon yet, but I think it has the potential to become one. You know, it's been around for a few years now. People fell in love with it right from the start, and they continue to desire it. I mean, great design it's about fundamentals. It's about getting the proportion, the stance right, getting certain elements in the right place, and certainly that's something that's very important to us. And the only way you do that, of course, is to make sure that design and engineering are inextricably linked. They work in harmony together to make sure when you create the layout of the car, where the wheels go relative to the overall length, the overhangs, the height, etc., are all very well balanced. We're quite unique at Land Rover in that we have a unique heritage, a heritage that's evolved over 60 years. And we mentioned some of the iconic vehicles that we do have. Defender is certainly one of them, Range Rover's another, Discovery to a certain extent, and I think Evoque will get iconic status eventually. We feed off that heritage in terms of the DNA. We're not looking back, we're respectful of that heritage, but we can't be harnessed by it. But what we do get from the heritage is a DNA that gives us a certain amount of ingredients that we can cook or present in a different way. And I think it's that DNA that's evolved by recognizing the past but harnessing the future that's giving us something from a design perspective that is truly differentiated from what's going on in the rest of the automotive world. That's my view anyway.